can beat DiNG, they will be top of their group.
Well, that's not an easy thing to beat
No.
DiNG. I can speak from personal experience. DiNG is DiNG, and they're super strong, especially at LAN.
Runners-up of... sorry, go on.
Yeah. Niall, you've also played them?
On the online season, you know, at the beginning of the season, we saw DiNG not in its greatest form, but then really towards the middle and the end of the season, they were just going up and up and up.
Especially at LAN.
And then at the season finals, they really pulled it out of the bag, and they completely dominated, really.
They beat Gohard 5-4 in playoffs. They beat you 5-2, I think it was, in the semi-finals. And they beat Kazna 7-4 to be the extended season champions. Sorry to remind you of that, but you know, needs to be done. They are a brilliant team.
It hurts.
Runners-up at a grand finals back in May, 2 near you and his boys who we saw just now, and that was a surprise after they met Na'Vi in the quarterfinals, which again was a surprise. Na'Vi were expected to top their group. I think DiNG topped theirs and ended up meeting after Na'Vi were runners-up in their group, and that's why we didn't get the kind of El Clasico thing of Tornado and Na'Vi in the grand finals. Instead, DiNG were there and put on a really good performance. This is an excellent team. This is another real contender for our final.
Yeah, I mean, DiNG, especially coming back to the grand finals in May, they prepared really hard for that match. I've talked to Shokish especially about that match, and they knew exactly what was going on. But you know, if you have a lot of time and you know it's the one match that you got to focus on, and you know it like 2 months in advance, and you have a lot of time to prepare for that. But in the later phase of this tournament, they cannot really prepare. Like they will only get to know the enemy the day before. So, but yeah, I guess I will not take, or I don't want to take anything away from them. I think they're super prepared.
Yeah.
They're training every day. I know it, or even two trainings a day. Very experienced lineup here. You can see the boys all looking super chill. That's what they usually are like at LAN. It's like sitting there in the chairs. That's like their second home. They've played so many LANs, so much experience. See there on the left, Mary is still having some technical issues. Mary Turrier is actually one of their founding members of DiNG back then when they came out of the Silver League.
Along with Hulk, Nick, and Shokish.
Shokish,
right,
yeah, exactly. And yeah, they won 3 EU season finals in a row, and they also won the Challenger Rumble in New York, so they definitely know what they're doing. And funny thing, they always played against Kazna and Lolshu here, coming in as, in the mid-season as a replacement for Koritz, Papa Koritz, the guy who was making all the tactics. And
yeah, it seemed to make them stronger as well in the middle of the season, which is something you wouldn't really expect. Lolshu's really stepped up for the team, and they seem to be working much better together.
Hulknick gave us a little pout to the camera there. We know he is very confident about this win. We'll perhaps discuss that
and there we can
a little bit later on if they get it.
Zafarchik, who I know quite well, played in Gohard for 2 seasons now. Was the in-game shot caller, so I think he can actually bring a lot to the table, a new way of playing. Senya, who they also picked up at the beginning of this season, has been integrated really well into the team.
And have the famous, the one and only Snack lying in his chair, probably gonna eat, he's gonna eat the enemies alive, as he always does with his heavy tanks. Yeah, looking very confident, looking super relaxed.
Staring down the camera.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna blink first, Shokic.
Camera is not gonna blink.
Don't blink.
Blink first. Don't you dare move that camera. I've got him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and not to forget about Ilian, who joined the team 3 seasons or 2 seasons ago, coming from Kazna, so also really experienced player, and I guess he really fills the lineup there for DiNG.
He's a real statesman for this game as well. He is a very nice guy to interview.
Definitely.
And a really professional guy. So they are DiNG.
Soon something went wrong. In the following games, DiNG were unable to create any kind of competition for their opponents. Mid-season, in a turn of events, Captain Koritz leaves the team. Breaknet steps up and takes command and recruits WGL veteran Lovo. After this shakeup, the team united as strong as ever, dropping only one match for the rest of the season. DiNG had to fight for survival in the playoffs, but with their new unity and strength, they won a ticket to the LAN finals in Katowice. Offline in Poland, the team confidently defended the title, once again besting their biggest rivals, the Kazna crew. DiNG came to the final battle in the status of vice champions of the world, but flew, however, without their captain Breakneck, who brought them back from the brink. Will they be able to repeat, or even surpass their previous result with Zafarchik as their third captain for the season? That's the biggest question for the fans of DiNG.
Yeah, multiple captains in a season is an unusual thing, yet you only have to look at DiNG's impressive record to see that that has, if anything, benefited them. This is a team who are not afraid to change roster, not afraid to bring in great talent from other teams, as you mentioned earlier on, like Alien, and go, right, this is what we do, and we want you to improve it even further. And you have to do that as a team, don't you? You have to iterate, and when you're a great team of friends, sometimes you need to sort of go, yeah, we're gonna be swapping somebody out.
Yeah, sometimes like if you stick a bit too long with the lineup, it can get a bit stale, players get a bit tired, maybe lose some motivation. But top tier here, they have come in with a very fresh lineup. They've got a big switch in with a number of players from Eclipse who they beat out at their season final. Really big upset there for Eclipse. Mariel there, I think we saw him playing quite well yesterday actually, picking up a lot of high damage games. And they secured, I'm pretty sure they secured their place in the finals now yesterday against Steelman. 5-3, not a bad result.
No.
No, it was. They had a lot of good tactics. Actually, I have to say, tactically they were pretty good. Just some of their coordination was a bit off.
Definitely having guys like T1 Diabetic coming over from Eclipse in their lineup, I guess also making a lot of new stuff, innovative stuff for the team. So yeah, great addition for top tier here.
Yeah, and in the interview with T1 that we had yesterday, you know, just even he was quite aware of some of the mistakes they've made. So perhaps they've looked back at the game that they played. They'll fix a lot of those mistakes, and perhaps they've got tactics now that can rival DiNG, because they'll certainly be looking for it.
They'll need them.
They'll definitely need them, because you know DiNG has a lot of very skilled players in the lineup.
1-2-3 had a good game yesterday too.
What I think top tier really need to avoid here is like some close quarter combat when it really comes down to focus fire, shielding, and just team coordination, because that's what DiNG is really strong at, like one of the strongest teams ever. And so I think top tier just have to play around it. We just saw here Mr. Man, top damage dealer of yesterday, really picking up a lot of damage every single map. Also Delph having great matches yesterday. So yeah, very confident lineup here. We see also little smile on his face there. But yeah, confidence is the key if you go up, especially against a very strong enemy like DiNG.
A very well prepared enemy like DiNG.
Yeah.
You know, no doubt they've been preparing intensely for this.
Very professional team.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, could be the very first team to secure a spot in the quarterfinals with a win right here, and they are top tier.
Top Tier is one of the most progressive collectives at the Wargaming.net League in the North American region. They are seemingly always present at LAN finals, but not quite risen to the top. Matches this autumn were not very successful for the team. 2 defeats against Aquatic and Dare Rising forced Top Tier to make drastic changes in their gameplay and become even more focused in training. Top Tier saw immediate results from their hard work, winning 6 games in a row, which brought them close to qualifying for the playoffs. To get it, Top Tier had to play a tiebreak against their direct competitors, Eclipse and Elevate. In both matches they came out victorious, becoming the only team that was able to interrupt Elevate's winning streak. At the LAN finals, Top Tier managed to make it to the finals, but in the dramatic match against Elevate, they faltered 4-7. The story isn't over. Top Tier have come to the final battle in Moscow representing North America as their 2nd seed. Who better to test their mettle than Europe's DiNG and China's Steel Man?
They are Top Tier Gaming, a team who we mentioned yesterday are sort of here very much in Elevate's shadow, having been our 2nd seed out of NA, but they are the team who beat Elevate this season and stopped them having 2 undefeated seasons back-to-back. And then yesterday, a good contest between them and Steelman, 5-3 eventually. We didn't know what they were going to do. It was our opening game of the whole event here at the final battle, and it was a great performance by Top Tier, and maybe better than we expected from Steelman, and highlighted some weaknesses that, as you mentioned, Top Tier have got to deal with. Now they really have got to bring it all. Even if they lose this game, if DiNG beats Steelman tomorrow, Top Tier will be finding their way into the quarterfinals, but as runners-up from this group. So it's not do or die, it's not win or go home like it has been for some other teams, as we've already seen today. But they want this one, and they want to top this group. And this is how it's going to go forward. So, San River is Top Tier's ban, and Ghost Town DiNG's. Now that's surely very interesting when DiNG have a 76% win rate on Ghost Town.
Yeah, I don't exactly understand that Ghost Town ban.
Same for me.
I don't really remember them banning it during the main season as well. I think they've played quite a few games on it.
Yeah, and they've always been very, very strong on Ghost Town.
I am very, very surprised to see that. Prokhorovka is where we're going to start, and tiebreak will be on Proc as well, should we get there. We might get there.
Also, might be interesting to see Top Tier picking Murovanka, because they know that DiNG has been banning it throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
And so if it's going to come down to Murovanka as a potentially last map, I think Top Tier is going to have a real advantage there. They also played it on the first match, on the first day, against a very strange behaving or strangely playing Steelman, and they actually did really well. So
You're right, if we get to Muro, then Top Tier will feel like this is their advantage. And Proc is what we're starting on, which is their pick, so they're confident on Proc. Tiebreaker map is Proc.
Yeah.
So if we get to those stages, it would seem everything is in Top Tier's hands, except they're playing DiNG.
Yeah, but you have to look at the maps that they're playing, that they're going to be playing before. Himmelsdorf and Mainz. Himmelsdorf always being a very strong map for DiNG, because it's one of the maps where it comes down to team coordination, good focus fire, good shooting, and this is what DiNG excels at. And also Mainz, definitely a very strong map for DiNG.
Prediction time. This has been going so well. Really like this bit.
You mean for us
We've
or for
been
the
generous,
Lobster?
for all of us at some point. You still right all the way through, and I definitely
I've
pick
had
right
every
teams.
prediction correct so far.
Score or just wins?
Just the wins.
Just the wins.
Try
hard.
hard.
Well, so DiNG Top Tier, see, the storyline guy in me, the guy who wants to tell these sort of things at events, wants Top Tier to win this. So I'm going to ask for a tiebreak. I'm going to say 5-4, but I think if I say 5-4, I think what the hell? Top Tier 5-4. Go on, have some of that.
Oh, very bold claim there.
Stupid
Matt.
claim. You mean stupid?
All right.
The thing is, if it gets to tiebreaker stage, I think everything is heading Top Tier's way. I don't expect that.
You're
to
definitely
happen.
going to be losing out in our predictions competition.
There you
I can
go.
tell you that. Yeah.
Oh, there's a prediction.
I'm going with a 5-2 for DiNG. I'm not going to give Top Tier many rounds. Definitely, especially that I've played DiNG so many times. I know how they play, and they'll use any mistake. So I go with a 5-2 for DiNG.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 5-1 for DiNG. I don't think Top Tier is going to be able to crack the hardened metal shell of DiNG, especially reinforced with my friend Zaf. I don't think really they're going to take more than one round.
It's like I said, it's the passionate storyteller in me that wishes we could get an upset. We've had upsets before. Remember, that's how DiNG found themselves in the grand final earlier on this year. Also, not taking away from them, an incredible performance that got them there. But we saw that amazing quarterfinal against Na'Vi when everybody thought, well, Na'Vi is going to coast through to the final. Performances in groups, upset everything. We're probably not going to get the one I've predicted today. But what do I know when Tomato the Lobster is surely also going to show me the right way. what you couldn't tell is as soon as that video finished, he then went over and typed in 5-4 on a little computer that he has just off screen as well when he's messaging his fans. So good, me and Tomato, we're all in sync. That's how it's going to go down. What do you know? Let us know yourselves on WOTfinals.com. Make sure you're checking in on that regularly. Give us your predictions for all of the games. This is only day 2 of a 6-day event here at the Final Battle. Give us your predictions. You can score points. You can win prizes. That's all at WOTfinals.com. DiNG top tier. Really good game. Really looking forward to this. And another one coming up after this as well, so make sure you don't go anywhere. But for this one, is there anything, very briefly, that DiNG saw from top tier's win over Steelman yesterday that might affect what DiNG bring today?
I have to say, DiNG doesn't really usually prepare, especially for enemies. They don't really care. They're just going to play their standard stuff. The stuff that they know they're reliable on and they're good on. So I don't think they really changed anything.
I don't know if it's necessarily their standard stuff, but it's certainly going to be the stuff that they've been training for the last 2 weeks going into this. They're not going to deviate. I think maybe 1 or 2 quick adjustments on the fly if there's something odd coming out.
Nothing crucial though.
But they can do that. We know they can do that. Here it comes then, DiNG versus top tier. Can top tier win this and be the first team through to the quarterfinals? Or are DiNG going to come and stamp on this and make me look really bad? Well, let's find out. Over to our casters. We have Daki and we've now got Mojo with him.
Yeah, apparently Mojo joined me. I don't know where he came from, but he's sitting right next to me. Mojo, we've had almost all the predictions. What's going to be yours?
I'm just going to march the nations. 5-3, let's go.
5-3, and then I'll just say 5-0, so you have every single prediction out there. You know, there's a 5-1.
All the numbers are filled.
All the numbers are filled, that's true. Top tier now coming in against DiNG. You're going to be seeing the first time from them on the main stage, and apparently they're going to be playing with 6 players as well, making it a little bit easier for top tier to prove Matt's prediction right.
There is one shadowy player missing here. Well, a lot of super conquerors in this game.
He slithered out of the team lineup.
Definitely, but it does appear he is still in this game.
Meritorious
going
damage.
with I7 toward the middle. Ooh.
Already 23 damage done on towards Alien by Meritorious.
It's just a friendly
slap
here.
It can't cost you in the end of the day, but now top tier coming out, aggressive lineup as well, straight towards the middle. We'll have to see how they trade off against the likes of DiNG Real. Does he find the bad shots? It doesn't look like it so far, Mojo. Who would you favor in this engagement?
It occurred to me that actually DiNG was firing not in the air, they're actually breaking the buildings in the middle, so those friends of theirs on the other side can actually join them fast and do the crossfire.
You can already see Senya in the meantime pushing forward on towards Maril. Maril getting safe and already an I7 shot being done on towards that bad shot. Still, Senya trying to find connections here. The engagement about to come. Fixer reloaded in the meantime, getting over the tracks because he knows he might be focused out otherwise. Senya taking more damage now in his bad shot, already on the move out. This is a good start from top tier. DiNG now going aggressive on towards Mr. Man. They need to hold on here, Mojo, but I think DiNG's in a better position.
DiNG is in much better position, like one I7 is completely off and Mr. Man is dead. Butshot sniping from the forest, that's not the best thing to do. And these super conquerors definitely have a huge advantage.
Yeah, here we go, DiNG now pushing in with everybody, and there's the one diabetic down and out. Alien, it gets straight in the meantime. It is even so far. Senya now on the bad shot, dropping low as well. Top tier, they're holding on. Fixer reloaded from across the rails, trying to make it where it exits. In the meantime, holding on against Farchik. Fixer now pushing in as well. Maril getting focused by the guns from DiNG. Meritorious going up and over the rail. Exits now, getting Zafar out as well. Maril still alive, but it's only 3 times from DiNG. Then it's 4 from top tier. Exits is isolated though in that position. Is Superkong. Delt now coming in, still on reload. That's the big factor here. Losto actually bounces a shot. That's important. Maril still alive. If Delt can get into this game, they can still make this work. Exit still holding on. Losto needs to get the kill now. Another bounce. Now Delt pushing in on towards Huklik and his Super Conqueror. And top tier, they're making this turn around into the faces of DiNG. Still 4 guys alive from them and just 2 from DiNG. And top tier, Mojo holding on.
Sloppy shooting here from DiNG might cost them this first game, definitely. Exit survived out of against all odds. That now can reload. Meritorious cannot really chase them around. Exits and Delt, they can actually finish the game no matter how Exits has low HP, because Fixer can just keep him there until they're ready to push him.
Meritorious now against 3 guns from North America, and top tier here to prove a point in the first round. They're gonna be happy about this one. It was a hard engagement, but in the end they prevailed. Good shooting from them and a little bit weaker shooting from DiNG, really costing them in that round.
Those couple of shells that were just missed or bounced on Exits cost them the round, because if they just shot him from the first as they were supposed to, they would finish off the next guys because before Delta even came there. And then Meritorious being on completely other side with I7, that was a futile attempt because he was supposed to be together with them to finish off the guns on this side of the battle. And then Butchat would come just to 3 guns instead of 1 that could shoot him, and that would pretty much end the game. But never mind. Mistakes happen. You can see the cheerful DiNG faces here.
Always so happy.
Especially Meritorious.
Always so happy.
Always so happy and charming when he's playing the game. But this is just the first game. We've seen this kind of scenario in many matches, even in the previous one when Tornado and 7 Pirates played. That was a jolly one.
Yeah. DiNG, however, is number 2 worldwide, coming up against top tier with a changed lineup, an adapted lineup without Rude Awakening. Their dad, he's just not here to hold their hands through the dark night, which is full of terror.
Well, Tornado just played against 7 Pirates, first in the world, with the probably best lineup in the world, and they still lost the first round.
They should have lost. No, they didn't lose the first round.
And Kazna played against Pirates and lost the first round.
Tornado should have lost the first round, though.
Yeah, they lost the second.
Yeah. Details, Mojo, details.
Yeah, details. They actually took the monitor out of our room in that moment.
Well, top tier going to be happy with that one, but now moving back into Prokhorovka for our second round here. Mr. Man getting focused out in the Super Conquer. You can just see DiNG with the elevated position, some blocking here as well. How did they lose this?
DiNG had everything going for themselves, absolutely everything, and just that sloppy shooting in those last moments costed them. I mean, it's good for top tier. It's really good for them. And 1, 2, 3 can make happier faces than yesterday, I guess. But this is just the start of the game. We've said it, most of these games, it's not like a sprint. It's more like a marathon. You have to be ready to go all the way. That means the match can last 4 maps plus 5th tiebreaker. Winning 1, that's cool. Let's see what happens on the next
This is a
roll.
mistake here, though, from Meritorious going for Mariel. Delt, in the meantime, focusing out Hulknick. They really needed to take exits and Fixer out of this game. Losto bouncing a lot of shots, to be honest, from that Super Kong. If Mary was there, Hulknick and Losto penning their shots, then they could have turned that around. Look at how much damage Exits actually managed to put out in that fight as well, leaving him alive. Big mistake.
4.8k point blank. I mean, by that time, I would really like actually to see how much he bounced, because I've seen at least 3 shells.
Well, we'll see here how much top tier has bounced. They blocked 3.8k damage in total, Mojo, versus just 1,290 from DiNG.
Half of that is probably next.
Yeah, look at the penetrations. Only 74% from DiNG, 91% from top tier. So those shooting, those shootouts, those brawls, Niall said it earlier, that's easy to make a mistake in that one, and we saw multiple there from DiNG, not getting those connections onto target, and as a result, losing the first round.
I would not even necessarily say it was the bad move by Mary to move away, because when this is the kind of battle and they had it under control, the right call is to take out that light so he doesn't pester them anymore, and then he can come back. But those guys that remain there, not penning the shells, now that's a problem.
Yeah, that is indeed a big issue now. Second half on Prokhorovka. DiNG don't want to let this spiral out of control. Need to pick up this round to bring it all even. Top tier really want that 2-0 for a strong start.
For sure, DiNG playing with 3 Super Kongs in attack and 2 Butchats and 2 I7s. That's a pretty good all-around setup.
It is a pretty good all-around setup, and we can see here.
You can brawl, you can bounce some shells with I7s, you can rotate with Butchats, so you have everything cooked up in there.
Interesting play coming out from both these teams. DiNG moving towards 1-2, but guess what? Top tier reading this from the beginning, Mojo.
Top tier completely is playing the tactics called stick together team. They are going for the forest and sending a light tech. Miriel is going to spot out. Does he see anything? And he actually caught quite an important info, not just a Butchat, but an I7. And when you see an I7 going like that, you do know that that team is not splitting far away. They must be on that side also.
I need to be careful though, because there's 3 Super Conquerors available for DiNG. If they are in a hold down, there's not much that's going to be able to be done for the side of top tier. Senya in a bush. He'll see the push very soon. It's a very aggressive play here from top tier, Mojo.
Yeah, this is super aggressive actually. This is part of playing. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 exits and Diabetic are going in a hold down. What I7 is pushing together with the light. STRV is also already there. Mr. Man is actually not supporting his team. He's trying to flank with the rest of the guys and get in a point-blank shooting position.
Well, here we go, though. Top tier pushing in, moving forward. Already Mariel going up and over with that T100, trying to be a nuisance. They see 3 Super Conquerors from DiNG, though, driving into the gun. Senya getting focused out in the beginning. Now the damage needs to be done on towards Hulknik. Lolstro and Shockish are trying to hold on. The STRV spamming them from behind. Fixers the first focus. These Super Conquerors in this holdout are mean machines. And Zafar Meritorious in the meantime getting the overmatch against the Super Conquerors from top tier. They're going aggressive. They're trying to make it work, but DiNG reading this, pushing back in with the bad shots and should annihilate this entire push coming out from top tier.
Yeah, this is pretty much GG, well done already, because you could see how DiNG Super Conks were using that little cooldown they had, and they were exchanging places all the time. Shokish is now going to attack Delth. Delth is in reload, he cannot do anything about it, really. This round is so done.
An aggressive play from top tier, but DiNG with the setup, not overexposing, not overextending, making it work. DiNG taking this round back, taking it aggressive, and it's going to be a quick round as well. T1 Diabetic and Mariel, the last 2 players standing for the side of top tier. It was an interesting move and showing they want to go for the aggression, but this time around DiNG was already set up in the correct positions to deal with this kind of play.
There we go, Diabetic is the last guy standing here, completely, I would say, even not focused by DiNG. In this game, there was no need, they were focusing on priority targets. I still don't understand really what they wanted with that STRV. He was really too close. If he was somewhere back in the bushes, he might have done some damage on those I7s when they pushed. I think they thought that DiNG would actually have maybe tops 1 tank in a forest, nothing else. And when they positioned STRV with that brave action behind them, they would really have superior position. But that was a huge gamble in my eyes. And they didn't send the light tank far away in front. It was like I7 and STRV more or less spotting the forest.
Even with a top tier STRV up though in those bushes, once the push from DiNG came over with those bad shots and those I7s, he'd be spotted out and removed, I think, like within like 2 seconds by the Super Conks.
Maybe, but he would at least have a fighting chance to shoot something, and he was, if he was behind
I think they were
enough.
trying to surprise DiNG, right?
Yeah,
They're
of
trying
course.
to hope that DiNG does not all have all their tanks centered around there, and luckily enough for them, DiNG had everybody around that area of the map.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Like, they wanted to play something brave. It was a bit blind. That's why I didn't like why light tank didn't spot more. And they were hoping that I7 will bounce the shells and STRV can hide behind, but it was a blind play.
Well, at least top tier coming out of Prokhorovka 1-1. I'm not going to be too disappointed about that one. They also knew the last round. It is a gamble. It works sometimes, and sometimes it just comes around and hits you in the face, Mojo.
Well, DiNG did play Prokhorovka pretty much horrible during the season. Like, there was a serious amount of time, about half of the season, they were banning it constantly, every game, and then they decided, okay, this is the time for us to start playing it. And they lost 6 in a row. So they were banning it for a while again, and then they started playing it again, but they improved it. They're not really completely bad on it anymore. But even saying this is so strange, because if you remember DiNG from previous season before that, Prokhorovka was one of their main maps. No one could actually go on them there. And having them, watching them entire season until the season finals, they were just like shadowing themselves. And then they came so strong and so looked like they used to be.
Yeah, with Zafar now in the lineup, though, maybe Prokhorovka, a better map for them. Still want to see how that dynamic of Zafar is going to work out in this team. We saw in Go Hard, mixed results, to say the least.
We need to see. Kuric leaving the team in the middle of the season, we were all worried about what will happen. About DiNG, Breakneck took a huge role there upon his shoulders. He was leading them in the battles, and he's also one of the main damage dealers. He even swapped roles of some tanks he was playing, so he would not always play a main damage dealer tank, so he could focus on this aspect of the game. And Lolsho joining them also helped a lot. He is experienced player, especially in heavy tanks and so on. But then again, one big change before this. And look at this, interesting, like top tier really has a good hit ratio on the tanks. Really good.
Yeah, but this time there's a shot less than DiNG.
Shot less, but good shot ratio. But the thing is, the focus fire from DiNG was much superior in both games, in the first and this one. The problem for DiNG was, of course, in the last one, not penetrating the shots.
Here we go, though. Himmelsdorf coming out top tier with those T57s. We've seen them run it before. 113, Type 5s to mix, and a bat. DiNG, however, coming in with only 2 Type 5s, Mojo. This isn't a change from a lot of teams that we've seen so far who run a lot more Type 5 heavy setups.
Yeah, I can't say I like that super heavy setup. It's slow and it's really not nice to watch. And it also can be fragile if you press it correctly. And I'm hoping that DiNG will show us something interesting today because they have, of course, much more rotation potential here and DPM. Interesting also they're using a VZ. VZ is a tank we don't see often anymore.
Now we need to see, though, how much variation can top tier bring in their game. We've seen the aggressive plays now on Prokhorovka. What can they do, however, on Himmelsdorf, which is more of a tactical game, rotations, individual plays, rotations. That is what Himmelsdorf is.
Look at Senya, aggressive on a hill, not even trying to spot anything along the ridge, just getting his safe position in the back so he can cover snipe for his teammates. 50B is doing the real spotting down. Hulkling here, he needs to be very careful so he doesn't get connected like he is.
Hulkling there with his 50B peeking out. Exit says hello. Gives them one on the way out. Hulkling now down towards 1.3. Lostro also taking a shot of damage in his 5A. So far, start from top tier. Not bad.
Fixer received their shell probably from the VZ in the back.
Or Senya, because Senya was clipping on towards it.
But there is a control, a decent control by DiNG. They already have a 1-1-3 on that 8 line, so they know no one will really cross. The question is only now how they want to dig out the top tier camp here.
Well, it looks so far double type 5 heavy moving towards the K line of the map. However, top tier, double T57 got there unspotted, and about going to be joining them if Meritorious and Alien do go for this play. Those T57s with that heat ammunition, quick reload, quick burst, could burn through a type 5 like it is nothing.
Yet those two between themselves can easily take out one type 5 and have a sparing shell. And there are some good calls coming in from top tier at the moment. It does look like they're anticipating what DiNG is doing. The rotations are on point if they stay around there.
I'm going to see what the combination here of Meritorious and Alien can achieve. They're joined by the Super Conqueror of Shockish. Also going to be moving towards that area as well. These trades here, they will decide pretty much how the rest of this match is going to go. Can the T57s do the work, or do the Type 5s prevail?
VZ is going for a spot up on a sandbags. He's on G4. Let's see, will he be connected actually by Diabetic? Diabetic should have a good shot on him.
No, he just went behind the ram, so not a real shot there.
Actually,
Lostro,
Diabetic got shot himself.
and a nice shot there from Lostro. Alien, Mary now going to be peeking out. Do they find a T57? See the first one over there. That is Mr. Man. Can Mr. Man get those connections? That is a Type 5. That is not that easy. You can see that accuracy of 57. Not the greatest in the world.
It's almost impossible actually to connect from here like that. Like you can burst through Type 5, but when he's open to you between the tracks and trying to shoot heat below the tracks, that's almost mission impossible, especially when the Type 5 is angling well. It was a different story yesterday when we were showing Brett, if you remember how he got deleted, but it was different sort of tanks shooting him.
Now top tier putting a lot of tanks here on 1-2 line control, only leaving Fixer in his Type 5 on the north side of the map. This is something DiNG could exploit, and it does look like that's what they want to go for.
No, DiNG definitely is moving away, and they're gonna now, when they attracted
but look
all
at
the
top
honey,
tier.
they all attracted all the honey on this side of the game, and they are expecting there will be a lesser presence of top tier on the upper side of the map. But will they actually be caught? There is a spot now, Alien, and the guys should know what's going on.
With that connection though on towards the top of the third of Alien. HE shot comes in back at Mr. Man, does not connect. Some nice damage being done here by top tier so far. 1-2-3 peeking out, and his T57 needs to be careful, clipping out now. So far these 57s not really getting their money's worth
They're
in
not
this game.
penetrating anything actually in this game. This is really not good for them
Yeah, but
because
look at DiNG, Mojo.
DiNG is now massing up, and if they counter push them, they will have the numbers, and top tier will not have the positions. Let's not forget, top tier actually has at least 2 tanks far away from this group.
Yeah, top tier now is going to be forced to pull back towards the rails if they want to make this work, because DiNG smelling an opportunity here, moving back towards the K line. If top tier abandon this, which is what they're doing right now, which is really good. Will it be really good though? They're spotted moving away. That leaves exits a little bit exposed. T1 Diabetic getting spotted, 57 getting spotted. It's rotation from top tier, leaving exits over there. He could be a freebie.
He Could be, but I think he's well hidden so far, and there is still 113 and 57 there open. 113 is coming back to try to control the line. I don't know, is it too late at the moment, actually?
Mr. Man's going to have to be safety one diabetic. Still in no man's land with that 113. Mr. Man going to go cross over. These rotations, 1, 2, 3, getting tracked on the crossing in that T57. Drop low, 909 HP. Needs to be careful. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this. Can he get saved? Looks like he just about can, just about alive, but top tier now seems out of position.
He has a dead gun, Amorek, and he's again checked. And he's still spotted, by the way.
Yeah, he's now down towards 458 HP as well. DiNG slowly but surely bleeding the HP from top tier. Top tier rotating around, not really finding the rotation they're looking for. That's a big hit on towards Lolstono in that 5-8. That's exits in that E4, but he needs to be careful as well. He's in an exposed position now. Bachat and Bachat rotating on towards the hill. That could decide his game. Who wins between Muriel and Senya?
Muriel and Senya will definitely meet one another. Zafar is pushing for that 8 line with his 113, and this starts to look like an starting opening from DiNG. Like the very start of the game, but with a less map control, this time by top tier.
Ooh, Meritorious is going to try and cross over though in that dive 5. Meritorious down towards 477 HP. That's a big crossing, that's a big risk. He's just about alive though, but was that worth it for DiNG?
For this amount of damage, no, I would definitely not say. Less than 500 HP here, he's a one-shot for E4. Even then type 5 with the lucky shot can deal with it, but Muriel took a huge chunk of damage now.
Muriel is losing this 1v1 against Senya. Senya has one more shot because Muriel messed up one of his. That's going to be the bad shot from top tier, down and out. Senya picks it up. The man who can gets the 1v1, picks up Muriel. Top tier still with more HP, but removing that bad shot, it's an important play.
Zafar is already pressing the upper cap. Can you see that? He will pressure the cap now in this moment, and Senya will be close to covering. Also, look at this. Look at the movements of 50p and type 5. They'll just leave Mary. Mary was the bait all the time. He was just tied to the rope, and they bled him and let him there, so every Piranha could think they can do something, but in the fact, DiNG was actually playing the other side.
Yeah, top tier with more HP, but not really any positions to work with. Senya now going to be joining the cap on just 177 HP, but that's all he needs. That's going to push it down very low, and that's going to force top tier into a reaction. And there's 3 guns on the 5 line waiting for this. DiNG out-rotating top tier right now. Fixer, 1, 2, 3, and Delt. I feel sorry for you because it's going to hurt. It's going to be painful to get across this. Fixer going to have to because 30 seconds remain. He's going to have to make this crossing. Exits though, coming from behind, looking for a shot. Might find Hulknik in his 50B. He shoots on towards Helion instead though. Hulknik was not really focused on towards Fixer. Hulknik now down towards 320 HP. Exits actually surprising the likes of DiNG with that rotation.
A bit sloppy here, positioning by DiNG. Not the greatest focus also. Hulk was probably surprised and telling his teammates something in that regard. Still, this game is looking good for DiNG at the moment, though they're losing HP. Senya and Mary are on one shot. The biggest problem for them is actually time. Time is the biggest enemy of DiNG at the moment.
Yeah, exits in the meantime in his E4, being focused out, down towards 130 HP. Fixer's going to have to get this reset. Senya, that's what he's waiting for. Shokish now picks up exits. Fixer peeks around the corner. Can he get tracked? Can he get help? Can Senya get those connections? No, he misses, but now Zafar should be peeking out, doing the damage. And Senya should be closing the distance in the meantime as well in the bot. There we go. Fixer reloaded, now being focused out. DiNG pushing in from every single angle. Fixer just about to come up reload. Senya needs to survive here. Fixer picks up Senya. That's a mistake coming out from the man in the bad shot. Zafar now just alone on that side. 4v4. Can Zafar get the kill? No, he bounces, and my little Putin, or 1, 2, 3 coming around the corner here in a second, and his T57 is going to be able to clip out on towards this 113. DiNG falling to pieces in the end of this round. Zafar now down towards 561 HP, and still now 104. Fixer coming off of reload. Zafar down and out, and DiNG definitely gonna lose this round the way it looks like right now. They need to find 3 more guns, and they need to do it in 47 seconds.
Well, the Type 5 will not be a problem, but the rest of the guys have a lot of time to run away from here. 380 HP doesn't mean anything if you manage to run away on a hill.
They will not find my little Putin.
1, 2, 3. One guy needs to run away. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3. He is the guy. If he manages to cut this corner on the right, the game is over. The DiNG will never be able to catch him.
It doesn't look like they'll be able to do that. 24 seconds remain for top tier to pick up their defensive round. DiNG with the better rotations, but some mistakes in the end there really costing them. Fixer, yeah, he's going to go down, but 1, 2, 3 already halfway up the hill with 12 seconds left. Shokish picks it up, 4k damage for him, but what does it matter? 1, 2, 3. picks up this game in 6 seconds. And that's top tier.
That's top tier for you guys. Again, picking up a round against the favorite DiNG. I must say, I'm really disappointed with the quality of shooting by DiNG. This is a second round they are losing exactly to that. Zafar had a winning shot there and he missed it. He missed it, and then a 57 on one shot came. Also, he had a moment he
Senya overexposing.
Senya overexposing. Then Zafar also had a moment when he fired Type 5, and Type 5 fired him
Yeah,
first
he needed
time.
to kill him.
No. Type 5 was on high HP, but 57 behind was on reload. His team should have told him that. He could have just bypassed Type 5, leave him behind, go kill T57, go behind the
But
corner.
even then, he killed the Type 5. He could have killed the Type 5.
He would kill the Type 5 later easy.
Yeah.
Between him and Senya. But
Sorry.
like this, Senya allowed himself to die.
There's two things right there. What you said right there should have worked, but also the fact that he just bounced the last shot before the 57 came around.
Yeah,
If
but
he
I
doesn't-
think in this first scenario, they would actually kill both of them easy.
Yeah.
And
But
both would be
Senya
alive.
overexposing didn't help Zafar's situation, though.
No. This reminded me, you remember that round on Himmelsdorf when DiNG was playing and then Hulknik was playing with around the round
Yeah,
110.
yeah.
And they just threw around for no reason during the season. So, I don't know.
They had a better rotations in that round, at least.
Yeah, it was really nice, actually. They made this heavier setup of top-tier
Go
dance
all around the
around.
map.
And they won what was
the
important.
rotation from exits unspotted coming around really messed it up.
Yeah, that actually almost brought the game back to top tier. At the end, what brought the game back was what DiNG did.
But he came around, Elian turned his gun, Hulknik turned his gun, and Hulknik should have done at least 2 shots on Fixer on the crossing. Now he did 1. I think Lojlo turned
And
his
he
gun
died.
as well. So there should have been at least 3 shots on the crossing, and now I think there was 1. Shokic was behind as well. There should have been 4 shots on the crossing.
DiNG looks like a bit out of focus here, man. That's my first impression after these games.
This crossing that Mary survived. I mean, this was already later, but Lojlo, Shokic, and Hulknik, 4 shots should have been done to Fixer, and he should have been at least half HP. Now he took 1. This crucial mistakes.
Even like that, with all those mistakes, only seconds actually saved top tier.
Yeah, 10 seconds more, and it
And that
wouldn't
would
have
be it.
made a difference.
And that would be it.
Well, top tier holding on, picking up their second round. Zafar doesn't look too happy with that. Will realize that partially his mistakes contributed to his team losing the round.
Meritorious could play poker, man. You never know what he's thinking.
That is if he's thinking.
Lolsho and Shokish, top damage dealers, really close, 4.4 and 4.3k damage here, followed closely by then 3 top-tier guys, all about 3,000. Okay, there was a lot of HP in the game. But still, these guys did a lot, and it was not enough. Not enough for this game.
Not enough. Top tier. Picking up their defense on Himmels, and Near You said it on the analysis desk. He thinks top tier could be a dark horse, but it's only 2 rounds so far. We've seen Tornado be in a similar situation before this. They managed to pick up the next rounds, and you know, this could still happen to top tier.
Hey, you never know.
Running out of stamina, for example.
Matt did his lobster prediction, 5-4 for top tier. Let's see how will the work shake if that actually happens.
Whatever score it is, it just can't be Matt's. Like, that's the only thing I don't want. Matt can't be right. I'm okay with everything else.
Yeah, that would be a disaster, man.
If Matt outpredicts all of us, then, you know, what's the point of still being here?
Yeah, we should just pack up and go home. But there you go. This game might decide that, actually. DiNG is playing their defense on Himmelsdorf. Himmelsdorf was always really good map for them. So they should not repeat this kind of mistakes. And honestly, they should really change shooting.
Look at this lineup from DiNG though. Double Super Conk, double Type 5, 113, E4, and Bat. And the other side though, top tier. A lot more super heavies, 4 Type 5s, double 113, and a 50B. Talking to Shokish, he said Super Conqueror just better than Type 5 because of DPM, but you need to be able to use it.
Yeah, you need to be able to use it and not receive some weird shot from Type 5 in the process. This is a really slow setup here by top tier. The basic spotters they have are 113s and 50B. It's gonna be really hard to rotate with that because Type 5s, yeah, they can pack a big punch, but the reload is huge and they are easily out-rotated and you can easily make a crossfire against them.
Look at this though, 4 Type 5s, 4. top tier, getting across unspotted. I don't know if Hulknik realizes this, but he could be in trouble there in the 113. He's going to see all of them come around the corner here in seconds. Zafar spots it out already. I think Hulknik is going to be backing off, and so should be Zafar. He takes one connection in return there, but information gain crucial. He needs to cross over now. He needs to get towards Hulknik before the march of the Type 5s gets straight into his face.
Let's see how will that happen. Okay, he's quite a lucky one there. I mean, they're too slow to do anything different. 113 is joining them. There is 113 on the hill from top tier, so he's pretty much out of the battle, same as the Type 5 from DiNG. There you go, March of the Type 5s is coming.
March of the Type 5s now coming across. Shokish already on reload. He bounced in the E4. Mr. Man getting tracked, getting held. Zafar and Hulknik, they need a friend right now. T1 Diabetic going to be the next one crossing over. Can top tier make this work? They have a lot of HP. Shokish about to come off reload as well. That's a big hit on towards T1 Diabetic. He gets tracked, he gets held, and Losto blows him up. Now Delt, Mr. Man, and Fixer trying to make their way across, but have they bled too much? Can they still make this work? Zafar down low. The covering fire is still there from DiNG. They need to take down Hulknik. They need to take down Zafar. Another big hit coming out from the C4. Hulknik now peeking out. Tries to get Mr. Man, but he can't. They will lose Zafar for this, but the HP bleed is significant on the side of top tier. And Hulknik, he's behind the house.
I don't believe it. I think actually Hulknik missed that shot. He should have hit the tank behind, but he shot the front one. Still, look at this, the difference in positions at the moment and the bleeding of HP. Top tier has only this amount of HP because their tanks by default have it, but they are really in a deep problem here. Even with Hulk dead, DiNG simply has better position.
Yeah, but look at Mariel in the 113. He's getting focused out. Senya came up and over to focus him, and now exits on the hill, not being able to do much. I don't think DiNG's going to stop here. I think they're going to keep pushing. They're going to try and get those Type 5s out. Exits about to come off reload, but Shokish in the E4 already doing a significant amount of damage. Wants to increase that. Pushing on towards 123, who's now trying to run for his dear life, but there's nowhere he can go. Shokish with another big hit, already doing 4k damage in this round. Yes, the Type 5s are now starting to move into location, but DiNG is starting to win this HP trade, slowly but surely.
Senya needs to reload and spot their back so 50B doesn't come back too soon, but they have everything they need. Shokish now will fire again on 113, deleting him from the game completely. Losho and Shokish are holding the flank against these three Type 5s. Ilin is loading, there is one. Mr. Man down.
Mr. Man down and out. Fixer reloaded, pushing forward together with Stealth, trying to make this work. Shokish in that E4 doing a monstrous amount of damage, over 5k already, showing what he can do. And he even bounced one shot in the beginning, and I think he'll get one more before this game is over. Ilian now joins in with a shot from that Type 5 Delt. Looks towards the engine deck of Shokish though. This could hurt. Losto gets one shot. Delt about to go for reload, but Shokish picks up Fixer reloaded before this ends. He doesn't get bent, so he's still alive. Shokish might end this round with 6k damage for the side of DiNG. He's coming off of reload, so Ilian and Losto are going to try and get Delt out of the game. Delt backs around the corner. Losto picks it up, and that just leaves Exit in the 50B, and Senya on the hunt probably in a second or two to try and pick him up as well.
I think Shokish was actually trying to push them away for better stats just for that sake, but it is not needed, and they are also hungry for some shooting. Exits is the last chance of top tier here, but he has to deal with a lot of angry wolves here.
Yeah, and Senya does not want to let him get away cleanly. Gets one, gets two, gets the third to pick up the kill. Exit's doing more than 3k damage, but Shokish in the meantime doing a lot more in that E4, and even getting an unlucky bounce, I'd say, in the beginning, because he did aim for center. He went a little bit low, doing mean work in that E4. Mariel not running away in that 113, a mistake.
Big mistake there.
And 123,
deleted.
same story for him, really.
They relied too much on that one-sided thinking, I would say. Push with Type 5s, hope to do the damage. Hope to do the damage is not that good, because DiNG saw them coming, they knew it, and they line up the shots. You saw that first Type 5 was deleted so easy. He just disappeared from the game. They were hoping, okay, even if that happens, we will do enough damage to compensate. But DiNG had the crossfire, they had the rotations all the time. That 50B on a hill, yes, he had some shots in their back, mate. But when he puts a reload, it takes a million years for him to come back down and help his teammates who cannot really count on him anymore. I mean, it's nice, but I believe if he was down with them, he would actually have a bigger impact.
Yeah, and I do believe Mariel should have realized that he was the vulnerability. Senya took it instantly, went across the middle, found him, took him out, and then after that, it just kind of snowballed out of control for the side of top tier.
Already when they had those 4 Type 5s on the rail, it's not like they can rotate anywhere. They're too slow for anything. So all DiNG needed to do is exactly what they did. Find everyone else, deal with them, what we said, the faster tanks that they have in a lineup, and then we can deal with Type 5s. We have all the time in the world to create a crossfire.
DiNG being given a run for their money, though. This was the push here from those Type 5s. Yes, they bled a lot of HP. There's some blocking here as well at T1. They could have, I mean, that's some miscoordination there.
Still, top tier doing much better than anyone expecting so far. Taking first, they have 2 rounds, 2-2, against one of the best teams in the world. So I would say they have everything to be happy about.
Yeah. They've already won their important match, so...
It would be nice to go out to the group as first, you know?
Yeah, obviously. I agree with that. Yeah, that's what Muriel got focused on, and then Elian just having a field day from the back. He didn't do any damage because he was the one in A5. He came in so late into the game and everybody was almost dead.
Oh, Hulknik. Always happy even when they win, man. After the rounds when DiNG doesn't perform, I mean, Hulknik's face gets another dimension.
Look at that, 6.2k damage from Shockish. That is a tournament record so far, to say the least. 6.2k from that E4. Tremendous stuff.
Mr. Snack himself at his best. We haven't seen something like this in a while, I would say. Even with all this increase in HP in the games, with this new meta, last time we've seen something like this is when everyone was playing still the mouse meta.
Shockish, the skinniest guy of the team, picking up the 6 other players and carrying them towards victory. Well, can you believe it?
I just seen it, so I have to.
But yeah, DiNG there.
Again, penetrations are better on
Less
American
shooting.
side.
I mean, DiNG fired twice as many shots, Mojo.
True.
70 to 36.
But in every game, it's like that.
Top tier showing us that they have what it takes. It's a lot better than yesterday. Let's say that much. Yesterday, there was a lot of mistakes coming out from them. A lot of bad positioning.
This is a whole new ball play here. Like a much better play they're showing. I guess it was like the jitters, you know, the first match and everything. And they were, I believe, first on the stage also. So it kind of stacked up for them.
Well, let's see how the odds stack up against them on mines, with DiNG on the attack and top tier on the defense. Heavy lineups all around. DiNG with a Batchat and a T100, and top tier just with a T100. The rest are heavy tanks.
Let's see how this goes. Actually, DiNG was never the great team in attack on mines. They missed so many games during the season. Maybe top tier will be able to exploit that.
Well, we'll see. 113s for DiNG, 4 of them moving towards the middle. That's a little bit older meta. Senya going to be up the hill almost instantly, looking towards the climb, looking if top tier is trying to boost somebody up. They will see the IS-7s now, and that should give the game away and make them realize what's happening. But it doesn't look like top tier wants to fight in the middle. Just control it.
Yeah, this is just control, but I can't say I like these positions. It gives too much of the map away.
Elian, that was an interesting peek,
Yeah.
to say the least.
In which driver school did Ilian go when he is peeking in tanks with his front wheel against spotted enemy?
And T1 Diabetic was quite happy with that one. There's still double Super Conk.
Hey, freebies are always welcome.
That's true. That's true. There's still a T100 Senya going towards the 0 line, but there's double Super Conk watching that. I mean, if he goes up, I think he dies.
Yeah, it would be much better if Sound could actually
He is going
help him.
for it. No, he's not. He stopped. It looked like it, the way he was driving.
What would be the DiNG's reaction to this now? So there is a 6 tanks camping there and a light tank on the island. I don't think they were gonna really push the island, because that, when everyone is spotted, is not the best solution ever.
Trying to see if he... There you go. Senya finds the double Super Conqueror. Now he'll know climbing is not going to be the way forward, for him at least. I'm going to try and find a shot on towards them.
Well, okay, they pretty much lit up everyone except the light tank. So all the positions of top tier are now known. We just need to see now what DiNG actually wants to do about it and break it. Interesting, like in this tournament, we've seen a lot of teams open their first hand in waterline, which is very unusual. During the season it happened, but rarely.
I guess they're going to try and push away these Super Kongs. I mean, does look like a 113 maybe will be going over there. No, he's going towards the island. 113 on the island, Mary going over there. He's not going to do much against the T100. Unless he's just trying to fake a play.
Yeah, but faking a play is only if he shows himself on island, and he's going awfully a lot around. Okay, that's a normal thing. They should not see him too early. But the amount of tanks that is there by DiNG, it does look like they're going to do some kind of a dual pincer rush. Maybe they just need the Mary there, so when they charge and they focus one group of tanks, Mary tries to shoot in the back these I7s.
See Mariel just blind firing the bushes, checking if there's somebody there. Mary starting to sneak his way up. 113, 1-2, and a 113 going towards the eastern side. So perhaps they are trying to push away those double Super Kong so Senya can climb at one point. Let's see what Shokish can do though. Against these double Super Kong, how much can he really achieve? Can he get the connections necessary to make them back off?
Well, the important thing is to see how many HE shells he has, because he can really spam them.
He has 9 of them.
Well, 9 of them should do.
He's aiming for a stack cupola.
And the first one is hit. Let's see.
Ooh,
nice penetration.
Not bad there by Shokish. First shot coming out. Fixer's like, really? Looking towards that cupola again. Shokish. Ooh, that was close. He is doing well over there, to say the least.
That was close. But no cigar.
You can see Fixer there still looking towards the climb. He needs to be pushed back a lot further before Senya can get up safely.
The Bachat is so annoying for them. He's keeping the check and they can't do a thing about it.
It's another shot on towards Fixer from Shokish. Senya's going for it, Mojo. Senya in the T100 is moving up. Here we go. That's Senya's move. Can he get up in the T100? Gets up on the climb. Nice stuff there from Senya. Unspotted, gets spotted now. That's 1 shot, that's 2 shots. He's down towards 710 HP. Can he survive this though? I think he should just about be able to.
He should just stay and fade now.
Can he get unspotted though and stay unspotted?
I think he can.
Well, we'll find out. Still spotted for now, Senya. Shokish backing off. Senya is now unspotted. Yes, he will stay unspotted. He's already shooting towards Fixer. So Senya should be able to get up all the way.
Hulk is trying to see who is there behind. There is a rotation by 103s immediately. You can see that they're gathering in the middle of the map. So there's going to be a final push, I believe, on the tanks. They're going to try to separate those I7s on the lower side by shooting everyone else. Like those I7s on a G4, they will be their probably last target in the game. Senya is already on top of the hill, so he will also have backshots on Super Conquerors. Super Conquerors should be their prime target.
And this is top tier getting surrounded now with Senya on top. It's not looking good for them. It is not looking good for top tier.
No, they are too passive. That's why I don't like this kind of defense, because they allow themselves sitting in one place. They cannot really rotate. Everyone is stuck. And only way for you to win this game if enemy actually doesn't know a way to break you or doesn't have an idea and just tries to do some blind push and suicide. But DiNG, you can see they have 1, 2, 3, ABC, what we want to do, which we could see dominate this part of the map, send heavy tanks on different positions, do some shots to push them away, put a light up, so that will give them a really useful moment for that light, and now they will actually push.
Well,
what top tier could do against this is maybe to play more aggressive with this light tank on the island. They could have a hint then.
Well, it's too late now for top tier to play aggressive as DiNG is making the move in towards their base. Meritorious is the first one. Ilian, Zafar and Hopnik gonna be going on the crossing. Ilian's shielding Meritorious to make sure he gets across. Ilian needs to be careful though. He might die for this himself in that 113. Hopnik now getting across as well. Shokish being focused on the hill. Fixer reloaded the first target for the side of DiNG. Top tier with a lot of HP still in this game, but now DiNG needs to get the guns out of the game one by one. Top tier in the meantime, counter pushing the middle. Mariel first in the T100. The rest of the guns going quickly. Can DiNG hold on? Can they make this work? Mariel just pushing up and over, and DiNG bleeding a lot of HP. Lolster goes down. Fixer gets shredded in return, but now Shokish on that hill area is all by himself behind the rock. And top tier with this defense seems to make it work, at least for now.
Again, I would say some sloppy shotting there from DiNG in one moment. Again, that Super Conqueror out-surviving any possible odds. Shokish is still alive on a hill, but there is no cover for him. There is only a light 10 who can help him. And he is spamming on Miriel there. Miriel is now on one shot. Shokish takes him out. That's a big problem for them, but Delth is there to save the day for them, taking him out. Diabetic getting a full shot from Senya there.
Yeah,
this is still not done.
This is not over, Mojo. Like you said, Senya trying to do the best he can from that area. He needs to be careful in the T100. T1 Diabetic is looking towards it. Hulknik now coming towards the hill. Exits is there already. There's an I7 in position as well. Hulknik needs to be careful here. 1, 2, 3 misses. How does DiNG recover in this? They can't push 1, 2, 3. They really can't.
I don't think they can really recover anymore. This is 2 minutes till the end of the game, and they would have to deal with exits on full HP, Delth on full HP, and then there you go, Mr. Man himself and 1, 2, 3 are really high. So DiNG, if they want to push, they have to bleed the HP, and there you go, Ilian is dying already.
Yeah, Ilian down and out Zafar, bounces his shot. He's alone in the 113 as well, and top tier with the defensive hold is making it work. They're making the dream come true as they're just about to pick up their 3rd round here against DiNG. Number 2 team starting to struggle a little bit, but at least they get to go to the defense.
I would say they're not struggling a little bit. Top tier, and he's giving them the run for all the money, man. Like, I really didn't like this defense. It was too passive for me, but DiNG just messed it up in the last moment, same like on Prokhorovka. There were some bounces that should never happen. They should have taken out that Super Conqueror and went on with the other shooter.
Honestly, I think DiNG should have pushed 1-2. Senya's still trying on that hill. He didn't actually do a lot of damage. Like, that T100 from there is hard to play. He tried his best, didn't succeed. Mary now the last one alive. Can Delth pick it up in the E4? Nope, that's the bounce of the 113's turret.
That was actually really nice sound and picture there. So Mary, we're gonna try to do some more damage, but it really doesn't matter. The happy team after this round will be top tier for 3-2 lead. Completely unexpected. Ducky, we are going to get so much from Matt.
No, you said 5-3, dude.
No, Matt said 5-4 for top tier.
Yeah, but your prediction can still come true.
So it's me versus Matt.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really a competition. I mean, it's you, still Mojo, the god of World of Tanks versus Matt Andrews. I mean, the god of...
Lobsters.
Lobsters?
Yeah.
Mm.
He and Lobsters best mates.
I just need to figure... yeah, they would make a good combination.
You think?
Yeah, man.
Shine
I just
like
wonder if we can install a big enough fish tank by the end of the event. So
you can loan him your shark suit, man, and that would definitely work there. He can then go chase the lobster down.
That's true.
But
yeah, I honestly think DiNG should have grouped up and pushed 1-2 line. The Super Kongs were not in position to shoot. Yes, the E4 was 2 IS-7s, a T100, but I think that would have been the better play because if they push 1-2, Senya would be able to farm the back.
Yeah, he would shoot the backs of the Super Kongs.
Yeah, he would farm the back if they try and defend. I think they should have like gone onto cap with 3 guys and pushed down with 3 guys as well.
But even this would work. Like, even this would work. It's just like those shots are really bad. I'm really looking forward to see the stats again and to see the amount of block damage on the side of top tier. Because something is off with DiNG.
This was a good climb here by Senya. He did get spotted, which was expected, but he did his job. Yeah, this here Shokish trying to do the best he can.
Oh, he did well.
He did well. He tried. Delth, we saw before, already missed the shot on towards Shokish. He was lucky to be alive, and this counter push well. It was already game at this point.
This is like dying moments. 560 alpha from that IS-7. Always nice when you see that happen.
I love 613.
You think there's a... I never have that. My IS-7 is broken.
Yeah, this crossing here. Ooh, Fixer. A little bit of like, you know, who do I shoot? Which shot shall I take?
This is a moment he should have died, but he bounced a couple of shells after that.
This counter push here was good by top tier. Losto just not in a position to deal with it. If he's on the hill and he can crossfire with Shokish, maybe they can make this work. They needed that Super Conk on the hill. If he's on the hill, then they can hold off Mariel pushing up and probably the IS-7 as well.
I don't even understand why did they keep it different. Like even in the old games when you would play something like this,
Yeah,
you
he
would
needed to be
always
on the
leave
hill.
a cooldown tank up on a
Yeah,
kill.
if he was on the hill, Mariel takes 2 shots going up, and they can crossfire the I-7, top tier would be in a bad situation.
Ooh, nice exits, almost 4k damage here. He's really doing well on that Super Conk, man.
Yeah, not the hardest of tanks to play, but getting those shots is still important.
He's really important, and he did it also on Prokhorovka.
That's true. That's true. Shokish again, solid performance from him, but missing 6 more DiNG players there.
Missing anyone there. Where are the friends?
Well, DiNG now get to stabilize, or try to stabilize at least on the defense. What do you expect, Mojo? Will they go for the middle engagement?
As I said, like DiNG is not the best playing team on mines. They just lost the attack. Sorry, they lost the...
They just lost the attack. Yes.
Yeah, they just lost the attack, but I'm thinking what they might do. I really don't see them pushing.
Kind of looks like middle, in a sense, in a way. Could also be something similar to what top tier did 1-2 line with the T100 or T100 climbing up, one of the two.
I7, Super Conquerors, I7, Super Conquerors.
No, it looks similar to what top tier
Yeah,
just
it looks
did.
really similar.
T100 going 1-2, everything else going under the hill. Similar to what top tier really did.
I'm not really a great fan of this defense.
Top tier does not have a T100 though, so they cannot climb.
A huge armor force by top tier here, having Bachat plus
That
all the
blind shot.
heavies there.
Already a blind shot on towards Mariel from Meritorious. They obviously don't know that. No, now they know.
I think he actually has some kind of old school setup. Ooh, nice track shot here on Mariel by Ilian. Mariel already losing half an HP. Fixer also spotted and taking a first shot of damage. Now this is something like old school defense when you have 50 Bs in a base. But you replace 50 Bs with the Super Conks, which is, in my eyes, better combination. You don't have the same amount of burst, but it's more constant damage and it's a better cooldown by far and more accurate gun. So not that trollish 50B that can go a bit left and right and betray you in the worst possible moment.
Senya already having a little bit of fun in that T100, gives exits one on the side. Trying to look for that angle. And already top tier gearing up for a push, Mojo. 1 minute and 20 seconds. They are starting to group up and looking to go forward.
It's a simple tactic. They already know now because of Miriel getting shot where is the DiNG positions. They can pretty much calculate it. It's a high risk operation they're running here now. This is really risky what they want to do. But if that's their plan, they're going to go for it. It just looks to me it's actually going to end up like a massacre.
Well, there's going to be 4 IS-7s pushing down the 8-9 line top tier.
But 3 Super Conquerors waiting to shred them plus a Bachat.
Yeah, here we go already. Delt spotted out. Mr. Man spotted out as well. The move forward. Zafarchik takes one on the move. Shokish already in a quite safe position. Mr. Man takes a shot now as well. Huknik still waiting, ready and waiting in the Bachat, in the trap. They don't know he's there. Look at these Super Kongs. They're now pushing on towards Shokish. Huknik. Now the trap needs to be sprung here. There needs to be damage coming out from the boys from DiNG. Don't let Shokish die for free. What is happening right now? Shokish getting overwhelmed by the IS-7s. Huknik finally getting into this fight, and Shokish needs a friend. Top tier making this push on towards him. Now kind of getting surrounded though. 1, 2, 3 getting removed in return. Senya already coming from behind, and I don't think top tier can make this work with the surround coming out from DiNG and Senya coming from behind.
It's already 3000 damage. Senya is coming from behind. This Bachat of Miriel will not survive long when that happens. Zafar has a pure, easy farming back position against them. Look at where he's positioned. Him and Lolsho can just pump damage, and there is nowhere where top here can actually hide from them.
It is a 6-on-5 though, but Zafar needs to make these connections. Come on, Zafar. Mirilian picks up Mariel in the meantime. It goes down in return. It's still a 5-on-4 DiNG. You need to make the damage here because so far they're kind of slacking on that regard.
Yeah, this is something that's really notorious for this match here so far, but still DiNG has a crossfire here between Bachat and those Super Kongs. Hulk needs to pick up Fixer, and if he doesn't do that, this game can actually go top tier away.
Exit in the meantime, pushing on towards Senya. Huknik, you need to pick up Fixer reloaded here. Just go for the kill, mate. Finally, Lolstop picks up Delt. Huknik still dueling on the hill. Exits now dueling with Senya. 1v1s all across the map. Zafar now dueling with Mr. Man, and DiNG finally stabilizing in this round. Senya showing his 1v1 skills against the Super Conqueror. It's a hard fight to win. Huknik finally going to kill Fixer reloaded, and he goes down. DiNG now with 4, top tier with just 3. And finally, DiNG stabilizing. Even in this round, it didn't look that good.
Oh, it's a really close game, closer than I expected. I expected much more damage to come from DiNG, but it does look like they didn't expect a push like this. From top tier, the Super Conks were not in position to deal with it from the start, and that costed them Shockish, who almost fell for nothing there.
Zafar really is not making these connections work for him. Yes, he did a lot of damage, but I think I saw already 3 or 4 non-connections coming out from him in a Super Kong. He needs to get those shots. It's not over just yet for top tier. Mr. Man goes down though. Maybe T1 and Exits can make a dream come true here, but I doubt it.
We will see how will Zafar perform in the future. There are big shoes he needs to follow of like such Korit and Breakneck. Exits here. It's a bad position to be in at the moment. Him and the Diabetic are on low HP, they're surrounded, they know Hulknik is somewhere behind them, and they're attacking. I mean, even if HE grenade pretty much hits next to them, they will die.
T1 Diabetic, Hulknik, can he get the shot? Hulknik sliding off the hill a little bit. Is he going to be in position? T1 Diabetic still going forward. Hulknik not spotted out just yet. Might drop behind the I-7 at any given moment in time. But instead, going to move towards the hill. Well, Zafar and Losto close the distance on towards Exits. They want to make this kill. And it's been still a close round for DiNG. It's not as confident as we would like to see.
No, I mean, if they lost 3 rounds, what are we talking about? What confidence? They will be actually lucky to get out of this match.
Zafar doing 4.3k damage, however. So having a good round for him still. That's Super Kong. That's his role. 4.5k damage now for him. And it's just T1 Diabetic left alone in that I-7 top tier. Going to be going all even into our final map of regular time as Hulknik closes it out. And that's 3-3 and DiNG struggling on the struggle bus.
This is completely unexpected, but we already seen something like that when Oops played against Elevate yesterday. No one could foresee such a high result for Oops. And honestly, I didn't foresee anything like top tier playing like good like this against DiNG. And honestly, DiNG playing so sloppy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going wrong for DiNG. I mean, where are the mistakes coming from? The Super Conquerors from Zafar and I think Lolstoy was in the base. Not in position to deal with this IS-7 push, really, when they started going down.
Both Zafar and Lolstoy didn't fire a single shell on the initial push of the IS-7.
Yeah, there's just not enough damage on the crossing.
Yeah, Hulk was trying to clip, Shockish was shooting frontal. They just didn't do enough. Top tier has a lot to be happy about at the moment because they are going into the last part of the match, which can end up anyway or go to tiebreaker. Tiebreaker still means points.
No. Tiebreaker, that's not what's going to happen here, Mojo. It's going to be a 5 either way. Then at least you got the scoreline right.
Well, if I want to have a scoreline, they will actually have to win in the next 2 rounds.
Mojo, we are not making it so the analysis desk is right. That's not a thing on this broadcast. That's not what is supposed to happen here. You're supposed to be the expert. You're going to let Matt Andrews outdo you, Mojo? This is how it's going to go down now?
Yeah,
it's day 2, and you've already been overtaken.
I'm going to host, and he's going to cast. I have more times than him here, so I can change all the time, you know?
That's true, that's true. But you don't have the same jokes, though.
Sadly. Then we will both go host, and he can cast solo cast here, because he's, I don't know, better at predictions.
And that would be interesting.
That would be fun.
That would be. I'd love to hear that. But this is the push on towards Shockish, and the damage was just not here. Shockish is like, guys, really? Really, guys? This is...
Help, please. It's just not happening, man. No one likes him that much. Snack, you're on your own. Well...
This was also like, Hulknik took so long to kill Fixer Reloaded.
I don't know, man. Maybe they're a bit off because Break is not here, because DiNG that played EU finals was the DiNG we know. Aggressive DiNG on point, dealing damage all the time and everything, like not giving a chance to the enemy. This DiNG is all over the places.
You have to remind ourselves, though, it's the second match for top tier. So like you said, those first game jitters, nerves have passed. And it's just the first game for DiNG with the different lineup. Exit's taking like 226 there for dropping off as well. That could have ended worse. Much worse, actually.
I would say, like, top tier has really everything. This guy is never happy. 1, 2, 3 is never happy. But they really have a lot to be happy about. Like, they're actually representing the NA server now really well.
20 shots from Zafar. That would result into 8k damage normally.
50%, then he didn't pen or hit at all. 4.5k. Lolshaw, 21 shots, 3k. It's even worse.
If they were blind shooting, sure, but I did see a bunch of non-connections coming through.
We're gonna see, I hope, in the next screen.
From Zafar as well, so like...
Fixer, 2.8k with 7 shots. That's how you do it, boys.
I know, he still did 4.5k, right? But in a situation like that, really, you need to hit every single one of those shots. Close range, there's no excuse for missing.
That's what I'm saying. Fixer, out of 7, penned and hit 7. And he was in elevated position 1-on-3, so that means he was have to actually look down to watch. Unfortunately, we'll not see the block damage, but here we go. DiNG is playing defense on Murovanka.
Very light. Very, very light.
3 budgets, a light tank, 2 super conks and I7. That means they will have to rotate a lot. Aggressive defense, I would say.
Aggressive defense indeed coming out here for DiNG. Moving towards the left-hand side to begin with, however. A lot more heavies for the side of top tier. Double super conk, double I7, double bot, and the T100.
Let us remind just people, DiNG didn't play the Murovanka that much during the season. I would say this is by far their worst map actually in the season. They played only 3 games and won only 1 out of them.
And with Go Hard, it was banned every single match. So that's an interesting. Go Hard never played it, and Zafar is leading now. So I'm very curious to how this little experiment is gonna go for DiNG.
There is some devious plan going on here, but if this is not devious enough, they might actually end up on 2nd place in a group, providing they beat the Steelman with this kind of gameplay.
Well, we'll see how it goes here for top tier on the attack, moving towards the south-hand side with a double I7, double bot, T100. They want to pick up this round.
Oh, this is a bit of the old school tactic, revamped.
Senya is a really good T100 player though, so it's going to be hard to like...
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is a revamped old tactic. You push with I7s here and you have a couple of mediums. You're trying to clear out any possible trap on the lower side of the map. But while that is going on, you're not giving up the map. That's why they left 2 super conquerors up there. Usually you would leave in the old times a Bachat and a Mouse, so they could support each other. But this is the version of top tier, and it's more mobile and more DPM version by far. I haven't seen Mouse picked up anywhere in a million years, mate.
What map?
On any map.
We saw Mouses today.
Really?
Yeah. On Runeberg. Yato Gaming.
Yeah, you remember I was not here?
Yeah, well, you should have been watching, mate.
You can't watch when you're stuck in gate.
That's not my concern. You have a mobile phone.
On Russian internet. Thank you very much for your glorifying advices.
You're welcome. Trying to, you know, fix your issues.
Yes, yes, yes. But let's focus on the rotations of top tier. So they found no one. They established their presence on the lower side of the map. Let's see will they establish some damage in their face, actually, if they do it carelessly against Senya here, because those 2 Bachats and Super Conqueror are just waiting for something like that.
They're sending the I7s back now, however.
Yeah, it's going to be pushed on 1 cap with Bachat trying to do some back damage. But this can go wrong in many ways, because those 2 Bachats that are laying their trap down, if they burst and realize what's going on, and just go attack the Bachats, Mr. Man and Miriel, that might end up really bad for them. Just pushing the 1 cap will not do. They will actually have to play the 3-4 line first, establish some kind of crossfire before even getting close to the cap.
Yeah, you can see Muriel there, with Mr. Man on your screen, but Muriel trying to find an angle onto the cap, checking if he could get there unspotted, moving closer and closer. Senya's bush, how much of the cap does it really see?
Well, he does see. I think he just wants to see where if Mr. Man picks too aggressive, but Mr. Man should be surprised that he's not spotting by now. This is really dangerous, because if he gets too eager, he might get shot for a lot of damage.
Yeah. So Mr. Man here.
He can receive at least 3 shots, 100%, if he gets spotted.
Yeah, Exit's now moving towards the 3-4 line. This is a move we've seen from a lot of teams already today. Muriel is going to get onto the cap unspotted. So Senya from that bush does not see Muriel's position. Question is, does DiNG know that this is a possibility? If Exit's over peak, there's a double bat from DiNG waiting for that.
There you go, Meritorious is taking some damage now, but Mr. Man picked up one himself. He was spotted, but he left on time. That's really important that he didn't bleed any special health here.
What is DiNG's next move going to be though? Because Senya at one point will have to commit, will have to spot the cap, and then what does DiNG do after?
DiNG would better be focused up to actually do damage when it happens, because Senya will be dead after that move, for sure. At the moment, DiNG is certainly in love a lot, but there you go. Super Conquerors are finally moving together up, because when the fight starts, they need to delete this I-7 in the first second. But that's not gonna be enough, because in this kind of games, the crossfire that will come from the rest of the Super Conquerors of top tier and the rest of the tanks will be huge. Maybe only thing that can actually work in DiNG's favor is because they have these butt shots, and when everyone is focused on their heavies, Butchers can actually do the flank and they can just go start shooting the heavy tanks from the back. 46 seconds, so the first thing on DiNG's menu will be to deal with the cap.
Ooh, Mr. Man overexposing in the bad shot. Senya there picking up a lot of spalling damage. Mr. Man now in trouble. Down towards 158 HP. That might even be Senya's cue to drive out and go spot the cap, because Mr. Man is not going to be looking towards that angle right now. Mariel gets spotted, and that is Senya from the back lines, moving closer, moving out, getting spotted, but in return spots Mariel, and Mariel's burning in that T100, forced to back off, and now let's see, can Senya survive? Can he get D spotted, or will he go down for this?
Oh, Senya's getting a 419 from Exit. That's a textbook alpha coming in there. And Senya is in a problem. Exit has a reload really soon. Will he manage to actually take him out?
Senya goes D-spotted. Senya's unspotted
Ooh,
now
they
in the
missed the bush.
T100. Just about alive, Senya. That T100, sneaky little bugger. 264 HP.
But Muriel has enough HP. He can go in the cap again and they can replace Mr. Man with Delt. Delt can now come and play that position. And I would say that actually top tier is doing really well, man. This is 3000 HP advantage here and you have Senya on one shot.
Real spotted though in the T100 on the cap, insta spotted. Can DiNG do the damage towards him? No, he's forced to back off immediately. No damage done. Zafar
Damage was done on Zafar actually instead.
Still 3000 HP, like you said, in favor of top tier. They're making this work, but they need to find Senya. There's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Oh, will the story actually happen? Will the guys from NA manage to crash DiNG?
We'll have to find out if they can actually do it. I think top tier is now going to be rotating back towards base number 1, try and make the play over there. At least that's what it's looking like from our little mini maps right now. Ooh, nice shot there from Shockish coming out from that Super Kong. I think that might have been even the first time he got spotted in this game. It's going to be hard to cap.
3 minutes.
It's going to be hard to cap. Aliens in E1 and Shockish in G1. Combination of those two players could be crucial.
3 minutes, about a little bit of 2000 HP in advantage here for top tier. It's just coming close to the time, because if DiNG times their push well, they can even get away with it.
Top tier is going to have to move in now quickly. Fixer and exits are on the cap. 50 seconds remain. Alien reloaded in 20 seconds. What does DiNG do now? What is their next move? The tanks are starting to close in. Alien's in a bush. A little bit further away than per usual. Spotting out. T1 Diabetic. Is he going to try and clip out on towards the Super Conqueror? 5 seconds remain, but the cap, who's going to deal with the cap in the meantime? Alien now looking towards T1 Diabetic. That's the first shot. The second one's about to come out here. Alien, can he find an angle? Senya in the meantime goes down in the T100. He got spotted on the move. Alien down towards 636 HP. There needs to be a reset now. Who's it going to be? Finally a reset comes out. It is going to be on towards Fixer. 1, 2, 3 picks up Shockish and the Super Conqueror in the meantime, who tried to drive over. 2 minutes remain, but top tier still with the HP lead. Delt in the meantime pushing on towards Alien. He's going to go down in that bad shot. Delt's going to pick it up, and top tier with 7 tanks alive are making the North American dream come true. They lose 2 tanks in the meantime. It's a 4-on-5. Can DiNG turn this around one more time? They're still down a lot of HP. 3 tanks remain for them, and still 5 for the side of top tier, Mojo. They are making this work. They are making this stick. Mariel here overexposing a little bit against Losto. Goes down. They need to be careful not to throw this game.
Losho is out of the game for now because he is in reload. Hulk has 3 shells. That's the only important thing for them now. But Mr. Man is the last guy who can do any kind of flanking action here. Delt is busy capping. He is also reloading. Diabetic and exits are with him. 10 seconds. Is there anyone who can reset? Meritorious will have to suicide for it.
5 seconds left now. Mary gets the reset on towards Delt. That's important. Immediately uses the repair kit as well. Delt is does not get a secondary track. Hubnik now clipping from the back lines. Mr. Man peeking on towards Meritorious. 7 seconds left. There needs to be a reset. Meritorious, you need to get in now. 4 seconds remain for Top Tier to cap this. Exits gets the kill. And it's going to be Top Tier capping out the base, bringing it to match point over DiNG 4-3.
This is not a laughing matter at all. I don't think we will see any happy faces around DiNG now. This was actually also great play by Top Tier. Great plays coming out. Unbelievable. We are doing the host desk and he can cast.
Mojo, you didn't have to bring that up. We both know.
We know what's coming.
You know, for the next segment, we're just going to have Ryan dance on stage. No analysis desk whatsoever. Skip that part. We don't need it. We can gloat afterwards. 4-3 now. DiNG not looking happy. Very light setup, getting surrounded. And then Meritorious resetting Delt. Yes, resetting Delt helped a little bit. But the cap was on exits, and the cap was on the other tank as well. They had the cap, not
But
Delt.
they had such a light setup, and they chose to play so passive against Top Tier. I don't understand what's going on with them. They're usually much more proactive team. The only difference I can see from EU Finals and here is Zafar playing instead of Breakneck. Breakneck is probably like bashing the wall now. Like, what are you doing, guys?
Breakneck is probably face-palming right now, sitting at home, screaming at his computer.
Unbelievable. But we always say, you get what you deserve, and DiNG is deserving everything they're getting now.
If DiNG wants the easier road to the finals, Mojo, they will have to take down Top Tier.
What are you talking about? What easier road? If we display, they're not going to pass.
Shh. We don't have to talk about it. I'm just saying.
We are saying it.
If they get it, they need to get out first in group. And
If they're the second in the world, they're EU champions 3 times in a row. With this kind of games, they do not deserve to represent us later. They have to be better.
Mary, could he have loaded HC and reset a T1 on her exits? But even then, Mary was always going to go down. Always was he going to go down for that. And then there's still 50 seconds, which 2 bad shots would have to survive and get the resets.
There is a ray of hope here for Top Tier. So close.
Nah, now it's going to be... DiNG, they've been in this situation before, though. Let's say that much. They've been down and out. Well, they're not out just yet, but they're definitely down.
They still need to win 2 games in a row to end up first in
What's
the
the
group.
tiebreaker map again?
We never know because they're not on screen.
Ah. Well, Zafar looks pretty stressed. He's like, this is go hard all over again. Probably Niall stressing on the desk now as well. Maybe Zafar was the problem.
We don't know, and we cannot say that. At the moment, everyone is here part of the team. They came here, trained together.
Alien took so much damage, though, from that position. I really don't think that was necessary. I think he should have just sat safe behind the house.
Shooting that Super Conqueror seemed like a nice idea in the start because you want to take out that DPM out of the
But he
top
took
tier
like 3
hand.
shots.
He took so
damage.
much damage and he was not able to help his friends after. And there was no one else to reset, so like Shokish had to peek.
Yeah, Shokish just got annihilated in his super.
Yeah.
I think he tried to peek up and over, drove over, got tracked, got killed. That's what happened to Shokish. They needed Alien to reset.
It's just like series of some questionable decisions coming in. But here you go. DiNG is attacking on Murvanka. Not the easiest role, I would say, on the world, especially with experimenting DiNG. DiNG, when they start experimenting a map they haven't played in a while, it always ends up in a disaster. Same what we said about Prokhorovka before, and it took them quite a lot of games to actually get a hang of it. And now we're seeing them playing Murvanka after a million years, and this is what we get.
Double 113 on the side of top tier. What does this mean, Mojo?
Again, aggressive play.
Has to be, right?
Yeah.
Why else would you pick a 113?
Top tier not showing the fear out of DiNG here, and they are on a match point. Well deserved also. Let's see. Aggressive play by DiNG on the lower side of the map, immediately pushing super aggressive with light to see will he get spotted. That's why he fired now to trigger the Sixth Sense if anyone is watching. Bachat and Super Conk. Bachat and 113 covering him from the back. So they want to get those positions and then start rotating the map. That's why they have the Bachat in the middle, so they can have a quick help if needed.
Can DiNG figure out the bush? I think Mariel's in the oddly shaped bush. The normal oddly shaped bush, Mojo. You know which one I mean.
It's not the T1. Yeah.
Yeah, you know which one I mean.
Yes. We will not comment on that.
I'm just saying
A
oddly
cross
shaped.
push. A cross push.
He's in the normal bush. This used to be the standard bush. I think they should be able to figure this one out at least. It's not one of the spicy meme bushes.
When you say at least, it sounds like you're questioning the ability of DiNG to sort out anything at the moment.
I'm questioning all of their abilities right now, the way they're playing. I think they should be able to find Senya at least. Sorry, Mariel. So far, the split around the map for DiNG.
Yeah, it's just standard map control. Keeping the heavies together so you can push 3-4 line, defend against any kind of push, help out Bachat on other side if he spots anything, help out with the guys on the lower side if they see anything. And there is nothing that top tier can actually do to surprise them with some counter-attack at the moment. That would be pure suicide. So we need to see the development. Will actually top tier manage to do some damage on these tanks?
Shooting just above Mariel. Ilian looking towards the first row of bushes. No connection.
I really don't like these passive defenses of Murovanka. I prefer the teams who actually take charge of their hands and they start rotating from the first minute of the map.
Ooh, T1 Diabetic in the meantime in that 113, getting found, not getting tracked, getting set on fire. Hulknik from the back lines. T1 down towards 745. Hulknik waiting in a trap and making it work. Ilian takes one shot of damage in the meantime. Shockish now pushed up in that IS-7. Gets spotted, trying to figure out where is Mariel. Where is this T100?
This was actually a massive mistake that might cost them the game.
Look what
because
Shockish
this
is
was
doing,
a pure freebie.
Look what Shockish is doing. He drove behind the bush, I guess made sure that he got unspotted, and now he will try to slowly figure out where he got spotted from. And they know. That is not the bush just yet, it's more to the left. Nope. Now he's going to drive more forward, realize that he's not spotted just yet.
Yeah, he was covered by the house from this bush. So when he gets lit up...
Not all the way though.
Once he gets lit up, he will pretty much know the area. The guys, like the Murovanka, when you watch it, it's usually a game of tic-tac-toe. Like you are trying to isolate the areas where the spotter can be. If it's one spotter, we rarely see two because it's too big of a risk. And if you manage to shoot him once, someone will notice that the shell just ended there, and that will be pretty much it. The guys that we know that did it really well in the past was Kazna when Stefan was playing there, so Stefan was one of the guys who was really good at it. But it's a lot of a blind process, and I don't see why did they give up on it. They still have enough time to deal with it.
Yeah, they have started the cap though. Senya got in there unspotted, so now Mariel will be forced to move at one point.
But still, I think they could have found him.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they were doing the right thing to find him, but now top tier is surrounded. Similar situation to what we saw happening to DiNG in the round before.
Yeah, and 113 and Bachat both are already spotted while doing the rotation, so that's not really going well for top tier, because if they push, DiNG will have a good idea what are they actually doing, that they're doing a pincer attack around the T100 line. I do think they're going to actually try to fight for it immediately without any kind of political negotiations.
You can see the entire team from top tier grouping up, all 7 tanks. Fixer Reloaded takes a shot there from Shockish. Meritorious and Hulknik, they realize they're starting to close the distance. They know top tier is going to go for this all-in play, already being damage taken. Senya gets spotted out, Mariel forced to back away. He takes a big shot in that T100, instantly forced to repair. Shockish on the side of that hill, holding on, and now top tier, they want to take this clean, but they're bleeding a lot of HP already as it is. They're pushing on towards Shockish, but he's just a distraction. Mariel taking more damage, 1, 2, 3, and Delt now pushing in the open, but not really finding anything. DiNG now bleeding the HP from top tier. Step by step, slowly but surely, DiNG want to break this to a tiebreaker. Hulknik picks up T1 Diabetic, and still more HP being lost here from top tier. They're out in the open. This play, this surround from DiNG, too strong. Delt now in the open as well. Hulknik clipping from the side, already on 3k damage. And DiNG, Mojo, they are going to bring it at least to a tiebreaker.
It's going to be a tiebreaker for sure here, because DiNG does have an upper hand. It's almost 3,000 damage of advantage here. Yes, Mariel did pick up Lolsho here, but he will probably pay for it with his head. Also, all the important damage dealers here in top tier team are almost dead. Look at the HP, 3 HP of Mr. Man. You can't even call it a health.
Yeah, now exits, just getting shot from left, right, center, Zafar from the church, Mary from the hill, bringing him all the way back to the preaching grounds as DiNG have complete map control, complete map dominance even, and Morovanka attack for both these teams seems to be working out. 1-2-3 wants to duel with Hulknik, fancies his chances one-on-one, 1-2-3, taking the unspotted route, now gets spotted out Hulknik, he realizes, he adapts quickly, 1-2-3, should be able to, no, I don't think he'll win this straight. Hulknik got the first shot, I think. Hulknik needs one more, who wins, 1-2-3, or Hulknik? Hulknik it is, coming out ahead in the 1v1, 4k damage for him, and DiNG is gonna bring top tier to a tie, Breaker to decide who is going to bring this match to a closure at least, and they had to fight for it, and both these teams, they deserve it.
Well, I would say top tier definitely deserve it, but DiNG still has to prove something here. They still actually need to win the match.
Maybe the magical oracle that's called Matt Andrews is going to be right after all.
Unbelievable,
I guess if you wrap that shining head, you can get the lotto numbers for next week as well. You just have to pray a lot.
Actually, I'm going to ask him for advice there.
Mixer Reloaded now the last one alive in his 113, 588 HP. Zafar pushing in, and DiNG bring it to a tiebreaker, 4-4. Now, who had the quicker attack?
Let us remember, Prokhorovka, DiNG won the attack there. So did the top tier. It was a brawl in the middle where DiNG failed. If you remember,
I think top tier is their attack on Prok was quicker.
Then we have attack of DiNG on Prokhorovka.
That was not that quick.
That was not that quick.
I mean, top tier pushed them though.
Yeah.
It might be close in that
one. One attack.
Himmelsdorf.
Mines both won attack again. But it was slower.
No,
with
Mines both won their defense. Mines, top tier won their defense. And DiNG won their defense. And on Himmelsdorf, DiNG won their defense and top tier won their defense as well. And on Muro, they both won the attack, but it's not quicker than Prokhorovka. I think top tier decides the side by Prokhorovka attack.
I wonder if it was the map, actually.
Pretty sure top tier decides the map, because Morovanka was really slow for both the teams. So yeah, pretty convinced top tier gets to decide. I mean, DiNG, tiebreaker is their territory though, to be honest.
They should be ice cold, man, but I don't like the performance I've seen so far from them. It's so shaky in every aspect.
That's very true.
I don't see the great coordination.
But now the jitters are back for top tier as well, though. It's tiebreaker, one shot, one opportunity. This only happens once in a lifetime. I don't think they got pieces on their sweater already, because my mom didn't bring any spaghetti.
Wow. Maybe they will do really, really well now. So you cannot say that. But this is amazing that a team with so many changes coming from America, like the team that barely had any chance to practice together, is doing so well. It's just amazing. And this round here could have been much closer if they didn't do a couple of mistakes. It begs to ask the question,
though. Is it like, obviously top tier is doing very well, right?
Yes.
But is the top tier doing extremely well, or is the DiNG also doing very mediocre?
Top tier is doing really well, but also DiNG is underperforming on several layers, I would say, like shooting, team movements, even tactical in some moments. It's just lacking compared to what we are used. But we will see. They are the team who know how to group up and improve. And they know how to do it really fast.
There's some nerve. Zafar looks nervous. I don't know if it's the lighting or he just looks nervous. This initial play here, T1.
And that was a massive mistake. But things happen. And you have to deal with it and move on during the game.
Yeah, once top tier decided to push up and over with those super kongs, they just left out in the open. Not much they could do.
Even in this moment, if 1-2-3 actually managed to take out Hulknik, like he was lacking half a second, it wouldn't matter because Ilian was almost 100% on his budget. He would just come and pick them up anyways.
There was no chance for DiNG to lose that round anymore.
No. That round was really, really well done. And still, we expected a hard push from top tier here. They will take some initiative, and they were just sitting back like DiNG and losing the round.
Yeah, a similar story, getting surrounded. Senya finding an angle on towards the cap to get on it, and then just forcing top tier into a reaction, having the crossfire.
Proactive plays pay off much more than this.
Well, we'll have to see who makes the proactive plays in the tiebreaker. European champions versus second seed of North America. And they're almost bringing them to their knees. They're close. They're close to being on their knees.
Let's face it, the first team of this group goes either on Tornado
Okay,
or
so it's
Kazan.
Prokhorovka and top tier is defending. Mojo. Lineups, what can we say about them?
Let's see, DiNG 2 i7s in attack, 3 Super Conquerors, 2 Batch. Well, we can say they're identical as they were.
Yeah.
On top tier side, we have an STRV.
I don't think they top tier changed their lineup either, Mojo. Did they?
No, because they pushed with that STRV, if you remember, through the forest while they were defending. They had a light i7 and STRV
Yeah,
pushing that line.
I don't think top tier changed their lineup either. So there is that for both these teams to go off. Different game plan though this time around for top tier.
Yeah, the first one didn't pay off that well, so I don't think they should repeat it again. Unless they are like severe kind of gamblers, they're like, they're not going to expect us to do it twice in a row.
And DiNG not going for the same game plan either.
Yeah, if you want to do it twice in a row, just do it. We're going to go for other cap. Let's see. This is a decent defense here by top tier. We've seen it by a couple of teams actually yesterday. i7 going for the hold-up position ahead, STRV, Bachat covering from the back, 2 Super Kongs on the side.
Does Senya go for this though? So far not spotted. The i7 from Fixer not in position just yet. Senya needs to be careful not to be over aggressive. The i7's following him, and top tier, they have no idea of what's happening right now. If they find Fixer, if they find him quick, if they find him early, this could be all that DiNG needs to make this work so far. And the i7 already across. Elian following him. They find Fixer. Elian now taking damage from Mr. Man. Senya, it's going to be going down the 0 line already. Can they find this i7? Can they find him quick? That's a big hit there on towards Elian. Zafar pretty much dumping into the face of Fixer Reloaded. There comes the connections. This i7 is not lasting as long as against Steel Man so far. Fixer Reloaded needs to go down here. One more shot. He delivers on towards Elian. In return, he goes down to exits in the meantime. And the Super Kong getting peeked from all the guns from DiNG. And this is what we know from them. More aggressive, peeking up and over. Top tier not in a position to deal with this so far. Delton Reload. Exits not faring much better. DiNG coming out strong, coming out aggressive. Mr. Man now being focused in the STRV, falling to pieces in the tiebreaker round it is as DiNG has 7 guns alive. And this time around, the aggressive play is punishing top tier and is bringing them to their knees in return. It was a Cinderella story, but she lost more than both of her shoes.
DiNG finally taking something into their reins, playing aggressive as we are used to, overmatching top tier from an instant. They reacted as they saw like one unit. Finally, top tier are on their knees. There is no recovery from this. There is no way back, but they can be proud on their match against DiNG. They can absolutely be proud of what they've done so far.
Well, DiNG did not win this group just yet. They still need to play against Steel Man as exit goes down. It's Delt and Mr. Man, the last 2 standing for the top tier side. They fought brave. They almost did it. They almost made DiNG shaken. Well, they did shake them, but they almost made them break down. And then it's going to be DiNG in the end of the day that is going to be bringing this match to a 5-4 victory. But what a struggle it has been.
It was quite a match here, much longer and harder than we expected. We were all thinking that DiNG will have rather an easy ride. What a mistake by all of us here. The closest person with result would be Matt.
No, he got it wrong.
Yeah, he got it wrong. I got it wrong also, but at least DiNG won. So I'm pretty close also. Unbelievable.
Well, that was a very close game. Top tier has
There
moved on to quarters though, at the very least. There is that.
Shokish, the first guy there in DiNG. I would say he was the most constant damage dealer in their team in this match.
I mean, top tier is the team that's already secured in that group. DiNG's not secure either. If they lose against Steel Man,
It's gonna be really hard, but if they perform like today, the opportunities are opening.
They have lots of stuff to think about because that was not an ideal play for that team.
No, this is understatement of that fact. Still, they managed to win. They didn't win full 3 points. They won 2 points because tiebreaker win gives you 2, pure win is 3, tiebreaker lost 1, so top tier got 1 point, and then you get, of course, potato 0, nothing, zilch, if you lose, clearly. DiNG is not #1 in their group yet. They have 1 more match to play. Top tier, after playing both matches, has 4 points, and they will just chillax and watch tomorrow what will happen between Steelman and DiNG. Of course, they will.
At least they can be proud
Cheer
of the
for
performance
China.
they delivered, and for all the North American fans watching at home as well after the disappointing, let's say, a disappointing defeat of Elevate against Oops. Top tier should make the NA region quite proud.
What they need tomorrow to happen is for DiNG to lose at least in tiebreaker. Tiebreaker win will make DiNG go ahead of them
Yeah.
because of face head-to-head.
So yeah, they
And
need
because they will have their
DiNG needs to
4
lose
points each.
clean, or DiNG needs to lose in tiebreaker. Two things that will be hard, I think.
Very hard, but you never know.
You never. That's true. You never know. But this aggressive play here, it was unspotted. So I think Top Tier was really surprised when they saw Zafar appear in front of Fixer.
DiNG almost played blind here, but this is a really good push against that I7. We've seen teams struggle when they see an I7 there, and they don't commit enough. DiNG did it. They sent Ilian with the Butchad, I7 in the straight into the face, taking him out. Super Conquerors immediately doing the cover fire and pressing the middle. They actually won the battle on all fronts here. Not just a particular moment and then overtaking the enemy. No, they actually won it everywhere.
So really good stuff there from both these teams, Top Tier and DiNG. It was an interesting match. Not really what most of us expected. All of us going for kind of clean victories for DiNG. However,
it's really good for us. This happened like this, actually. It
Top
makes
Tier
it more
proving us
fun.
wrong. What can I say? Good stuff there from that team all around. But we have to see how they do in the future.
I'm hoping they will actually show us more in the future because
Well, we'll see them at
I
least
don't
in
know will
quarters.
this top tier lineup even remain, you know, because they are not made from all the players on the same team. But that's in the future, and this is now. This is what matters.
What we have in the future, though, is an interview with DiNG. So let's hear what they had to say after that very close match.
So that was a crazy game. The first tiebreaker, so hard. Did you expect that?
No, we expected it to be a kind of easy match. They surprised us, but we also weren't as ready as we wanted to. And yeah, I'm just glad that we won.
So can you name the moment when you realized that you're gonna definitely win this one?
There was no such moment, actually. Like, we were unsure to the last moment.
There were such moments in this match when it seems like you have to win this game, but in one moment you just lose it. What do you feel in this kind of moments?
Well, me personally, I just try to play my game and not think about like who we are losing or we are winning. So that's what I think. But yeah, that's.
Do you have a person in your team who can cheer everyone up, and how he do this?
No, we are not working like that. We just try to focus on our game. You know, play the game, not try to get too much emotional. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you just changed your captain and you're playing this tournament with the new leader. What can you say? Is everything going well inside of the team?
Yeah, it was hard to not play with Breckner because he was doing so much for us, and yeah, getting used to a new captain like not even a month time before tournament was uneasy for us. But well, let's see how it goes. I hope it goes well.
It was hard, but it was a victory. So congrats with that. Thank you for the interview. Good luck in further matches. And we go back to our experts. Over to you, Matt.
Experts right here. Yeah, DiNG. Definitely DiNG to win 5-4 in a tiebreak there. Who would predict Top Tier to have done that instead? So anyway, DiNG finally get a win there, and Hulknick's on the desk with us. That's a really exciting match. We all really enjoyed that. I have to tell you, over here in the Expo Center where we are in Moscow, there's a huge players area. Every team of the 12 who are here, they have their own areas. They've got their own practice rooms. There was a massive cheer coming out of them every time Top Tier were getting rounds against you, and it got bigger as that scoreline got bigger. Hello, Hulknick.
Hello.
You made it to the winners interview after all.
Yeah, I don't know, like, for me that match was actually the easiest match in my life, you know, like, it
So
was
simple for
it
you.
was so easy, very easy for us, you know, we didn't feel them. It's like easy katka in Russian. I'm like, easy katachka, yeah, very easy.
At no point were you scared? or
No,
worried?
no.
Ilian there in interviews saying, oh, we were relieved. There was no point in that. Tonya asked him, was there a
Yeah,
point when you thought you were going to win it? He said, at no point were we sure we were going to win that.
We were sure, you know, it was just our game, so it's so easy. But yeah, let's be serious now. Yeah, it was a very difficult game. We didn't expect them to play that. We didn't expect them to play that well, actually.
Yeah.
And
Even having seen them yesterday against
Yeah,
Stillman, which
yeah.
is a very different opponent, we know.
they played bad yesterday. and we like, I don't know what happened with them today. And from our side, it was awful actually, awful play, bad team play, bad decisions. Everything was bad from our side. I don't know.
You still managed to get Shot got 6.2k damage in one of the rounds. So there were some individually really strong performances, but there were also times when we could see the positioning was great and then the shots just didn't land, or guys just, basically a lot of missed shots, a lot of individual mistakes as well as some really strong performances.
Yeah, I don't know, it wasn't tilt from our players.
Okay.
It was just like, I don't know, maybe some...
Were you just way too casual coming into this in terms of prep,
maybe
and in terms of taking it seriously? I mean, there is a Kappa face that you brought with you that did not appear out of thin air, and you don't just carry it around with you all the time. You guys were like, oh, we're going to bring this along.
I have no words about it.
Well, that's difficult because we're going to carry on talking about it as we look through the game. We're not going to let you off the hook here. I've got to say, like a win for DiNG. We want to see DiNG in the later stages of this competition, but that was an exciting contest. I know, maybe not so.
But maybe tomorrow we will.
Maybe tomorrow?
Maybe we will show some better.
You've got
results.
Steelman tomorrow.
Yeah, Steelman. I'm not going to show Kappa again. Like
you don't want to be confident about anything now in case it all comes back to bite you. Here's some of the action. 5-4 that eventually went to with DiNG over top tier.
Yeah, just speaking like on this first round on proc, where you had, I think, a really good position. You should push over and then just focus fire. They were all in a big bunch that you can go in, you can kill one quickly maybe and get some advantage. Like, what went wrong on this battle? It should be won.
The first mistake was Shockish.
Ah, Shockish.
Yeah, the mistake that he is on our team. I'm just kidding. He went alone.
He was too far out, yeah.
Yeah, he was too far and he got clipped from the budgets. And the second mistake was that our budget pushed early, and they did only like 5 shells in 2 budgets. Like only 5 shells for 2 budgets is not that much, and they just got focused. That was the biggest mistakes in this round.
And it was miscommunication or just misplay from the players?
From Shockish, it's probably like misplay, and from bad shots, it's like both.
Yeah, we see you did it way better in the second round. When you were playing your attack, you instantly realized that they were pushing 1-2 line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you basically, you just took the overmatch in the middle. Also with your budgets this time, not losing all their HP, like waiting for the heavies to take the hits and then moving in as well. And yeah, actually had a pretty good, decent positions there with the super Kongs. You can see on J2 with the super Kongs. Did you expect a counter push there from top tier at this moment?
No,
or
no.
What was your initial strat going into that?
We just wanted to counter their T100.
That's it.
Yeah, that was going to the E1 bush, and then suddenly like they're pushing, I mean like, oh, easy.
Yeah, it was easy match.
Because like when they're pushing and we have three Kongs defending, it's really easy to defend. This
and also all of them in hold-on positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was easy peasy for you. Moving over to Himmelsdorf. Yeah, that was really strange to see.
That's an example of the positioning I was talking about earlier on. We could see that you were where you needed to be. You had that sneaky sort of run up to try and take the cap at the top, and then just shutting it down on the 5 line.
You lost a lot of HP crossing with the heavies here, especially Mary then pushing up. Was it really necessary there?
It was
Mary.
it was kind of a mistake by him, mate. Yeah, it wasn't. It was just chaos in a team speak, and he just like, I can go push. So one guy said like, okay,
exactly
go push.
this moment here.
Yeah, and other guy said like, what the hell are you doing? So yeah, that's a mistake, and also mistake from my side. I took a lot of damage because of this E4.
You were in the middle in the courtyard with the 50B, and then E4 turned up behind you.
Yeah, this E4 was so annoying this round for me.
And running out of time, like we saw a lot of rotates then later in the game trying to get some advantage back, but running out of time, was that like you feel like you can't do anything, or people were spending too much time talking?
No, we were spending too much time talking and all this stuff. And on trainings we did it better, this rotations, this all this stuff, and we did it more like a team. Now we did it like I don't know, just chaotic moves, and it didn't work well for us.
Yeah, and then on the attack, or you on the defense, did you expect them to bring the full Type 5 lineup? I mean, it's something we haven't really seen throughout the season that much, or do you think they just went full YOLO and Davai? Or
actually, based on the previous match, it was yesterday. We knew, we expected them to play like this. So yeah, so they did this just.
Yeah, you had the perfect counter move there,
Yeah.
just leaving the rails and then surrounding them. And something you want to say to Shoka there and doing over 6k damage?
You know, like Shokish, like
The guy who you don't want on your team, remember?
But he's doing
yeah, you know, like in Russia we can say like that. Even a stick can shoot once per year.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, like he was just farming damage for them. Like when there's a lot of types, and on E4 it's just like easy damage farm. But actually he missed first shot, so blame on him.
Right.
only 90% accuracy.
Yeah.
What a noob. And then we went on to mines.
Oh.
We went for the 8-line push after like maybe seven or so minutes, just waiting around. Is it some indecision here, or it was planned to have such a late push?
It was planned, almost. It was planned, almost.
And it was planned with these tanks in the middle to,
Yeah,
like they should have been in crossfire position or something, because they died very quickly.
Yeah, and the biggest mistake was like by me, because like I didn't want to push with them. It was like it's because I couldn't do anything about for this about these conks, and they said me just go push, and as you can see, I did only 0 shots on this.
Yeah.
And
Great
that's why probably that's why we lost this round. I should be on the hill or somewhere on the island.
Okay. Yeah.
We had a great contest there, which we could look at an awful lot more of, but we have got another game to get to, and those players are getting ready for it. So we're going to need to leave those wonderful moments there. And there were plenty more of them that we wanted to grill you about, Hulknick. I think you're getting let off the hook a little bit easily here. That we won't
roast them
grill you on
afterwards.
some more. Yeah, we'll film something and put it up with you later on. Rush versus Elevate, going to be our final game in today. Want to make a prediction on that for us?
Elevate.
Elevate. With your Kappa face up that no one's looking at. Thank you very much, Hulknick. Congratulations. We will see you potentially top Group A when you play your game against Steelman tomorrow.
Yeah, probably tomorrow. I don't know.
It is tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Don't worry,
okay.
we know. You need to be here tomorrow. Is that
Yeah,
right
okay,
with you?
yeah, that's
Good. Make sure you turn up tomorrow.
not roast
Steelman are
them
going to be
tomorrow,
here. So that's going to be Rush Elevate, who are going to be bringing things to a close today on day 2. So that's the 4th game that's coming to you. Our players getting ready for